Hi there, my name is Evie with Bridging Beings. Welcome back. If you are returning and if you're new, welcome. Today I'll be sharing with you a very special reading with a wonderful cat named Gravy and his person Kimberly. Kimberly reached out to me because Gravy has been dealing with some GI tract inflammation for the past 3 years, and despite acting like a normal healthy cat in most regards, he's been continuously losing weight. She had some specific questions about his communication, his comfort, and his quality of life that I answered for her, and I will share with you all here. And what came through from Gravy was equal parts wisdom, sweetness, and some really important medical insights. Let's dive in. So the moment I tuned into Gravy, and let's have a look at Gravy here. He is beautiful, just such a beautiful, beautiful being. When I first tuned into Gravy, I got this incredible energy like wise wizard meets loyal friend. He sort of presides over his domain, which includes Kimberly, her husband, and the other one, as he calls it. And I assume that's their other cat, Biscuit, who is his counterpart. I love that, Biscuit and Gravy. Biscuit is the cat that Kimberly mentioned briefly in her email to me. So Gravy is a very thoughtful and affectionate cat in his own way. He likes to study a situation before he responds. He's curious, but he doesn't always respond to that curiosity. He just sort of tilts his head to the side and takes it all in. Kimberly is 100% his person. He looks to her if he's unsure about something, which he isn't often, but he's just studied, measured, kind, and presiding. That's the energy I get from Gravy. So as soon as I connected to him, I definitely got the gut disturbance. I could feel it in my own gut, but I was getting something more systemic about his condition, almost as if the gut is the symptom of a larger problem. I kept hearing colon for him. I wasn't sure if there's a colonoscopy for cats. I suggested to Kimberly, but I felt it was worth checking out. I also heard check the blood, so suggesting blood work, if that hadn't been done recently, maybe a follow-up blood work would be helpful. Whatever it was, I got more of stomach knots on the left side than the right side for Gravy. So let me go through Kimberly's questions as she asked those and talk through that. So her first question was, is there anything he wants me to know that I'm not understanding when he meows to me? Am I missing anything? And Gravy said that Kimberly is very astute at picking up on his needs through various meows. He has a raspy meow that she can't quite place, and he says he uses that when he's indecisive or hasn't had enough time to make up his mind. He watches her often and has figured out the best way to communicate with her. He showed himself on the floor waiting for food while Kimberly prepares his meal. This feels like a special bonding time for him. He really loves this time. I could feel a real joy coming from him about this mealtime. I could almost hear what sounded like a song. He very much enjoys whatever she's doing. It sounds like she's singing to him, and he likes it. So question 2 she had was, is there something more we can do to make him more comfortable? Or is there anything we aren't doing that he needs from us? Gravy is a bit incredulous about his condition. He's not sure why it's happening either. So like Kimberly, he's a little stumped. He feels like he's doing all the right things, being a good cat, so it feels weird to him that he would be losing weight and his health. He also knows how beautiful he is, so it makes him feel sad that he's, quote, losing his good looks. His predicament is making him a little weak, and he doesn't really like feeling that way, and he is beautiful. His eyes are amazing. So Gravy showed me a cat bed perched on what appears to be a second tier of a cat tree. He would like to have that moved down to the lower level, not on the floor, but not on the high level. And he asked, could she also move it closer to the sun? Move it so that it's not so hard to get to, and move it closer to the sun. Then I heard something really touching. He says, I have all of my needs met. I really just need your love. And that's so prevalent throughout many of these readings, is that the animal being just really wants you to love them. So he feels he gets plenty of love. He feels pampered and respected. And it feels like Kimberly takes great care in making sure he feels loved. Respect is something very big to him. It kept coming back in the reading several times. So being treated with respect is something that he really cherishes, and he feels like he is very well respected. Question number 3. Is he comfortable? Is his quality of life good? How does he feel? So my response back to Kimberly is, if a cat could be living his best life from a people perspective, Gravy absolutely is. He loves Kimberly. He loves her husband too, but she is his main and forever person. He says he chose her, as it should be, and he says he wouldn't have it any other way. So I guess Kimberly was part of the cat distribution system. I love the cat distribution system. He doesn't talk about Biscuit too much. I get the sense that it's a love you, but you also drive me crazy type of relationship. It's not that he doesn't care about Biscuit, it's just that he's very particular about things, and sometimes Biscuit doesn't stick to Gravy's plan. I think apart from his GI issue, he's loving his life. He loves it. But I really felt drawn back to that colon and the lower intestine area and asked Kimberly to comment on that or maybe have it checked out. And I sent the email back to her with my reading responses to her questions. So Kimberly sent an email back to me. I don't always get a response, but sometimes I do. And I really enjoy getting responses from human partners about their animal. So when Kimberly responded, she was incredibly moved. She said the reading was beautiful and that I nailed his energy. Very much an old soul wizard, people person, and loyal to the stars and beyond, she says. She called him an angel in furry form and the sweetest cat you could ever meet. I totally got that about Gravy. He is a very, very sweet cat. She also told me that when she is preparing his medication, she sings to him. And she couldn't believe that that came up in the reading. She said she was crying about it, which I think, oh, I love that. I love it when people are touched by a reading. And yes, she talks to him all the time, she says, especially when she's getting his food ready. She was so happy to hear that he enjoys the singing, even though she says it's totally off key. And well, it's not off key to Gravy. He loves it. About the colon, she says, spot on. That's exactly where the bulk of the inflammation has been sitting, and it can create almost rope-like sections. She said they had full scans and blood panels redone just last month and everything came back fine, except of course the GI issues and slight pancreatitis, which she's on medication for. She said the reading gave her exactly what she needed and was looking for, comfort that she'd been desperately seeking for so long. She was worried that they weren't doing enough and that Gravy was uncomfortable or unhappy. And this reading offered her tremendous peace. What I love about this reading is that Gravy is so clearly cherished. His love language, if cats have love languages, would be acts of service, and you give him plenty of that. The singing during medicine time, the careful preparation of his meals, the attention to his comfort, all of that matters so deeply to him, and he really loves you because of it. So Gravy knows. He really feels everything that Kimberly's doing. He's living his best life despite his health challenges, and that's because of the love and respect and partnership that Kimberly has shown him. What a lovely reading for Gravy and also for Kimberly. For those of you listening, if you have an animal companion dealing with chronic health issues, know that the small things matter. The routines, the rituals, the way you speak to them or sing to them in some cases, they notice, they appreciate it, and it makes all the difference in the quality of their lives. Okay, that is our reading for Gravy. Gravy, you're lovely. I hope to read for you again someday. We are going to transition now to our animal cards. I love to pull one at the end of every reading. I pull them for myself personally every day just to kind of ground myself and get some messages from the universe, spirit every day. So let's do it. Let's see what we have. Give it one more shuffle. Okay. Let's take the first card. We've got the crocodile. We've gotten this one before, I think. And we have the shark. Interesting energies. Okay. I'm going to take a moment to find our friends, the crocodile and shark, in the Animal Spirit book. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off is the crocodile. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of wisdom. And if anybody is collecting their energy and really going inward, that would certainly be Gravy. That's the energy of Gravy. Curious, smart, studied, very inward-facing cat. When in balance, wise, patient, a silent powerhouse. That's you, Gravy. When out of balance, feels stuck and lashes out. I did not get that energy at all. To bring into balance, rest, Makrasana pose. So I don't know how you would do a Makrasana pose for cats, but definitely Gravy is getting some rest and he is getting very good treatment and partnership from Kimberly. So he is definitely getting what he needs. Let's go to our friend the shark. Directness, exposure, revealing true nature, and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes us over when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. Interesting. So definitely making the unknown known in the case of Gravy and his GI issues. So when in balance, intriguing, captivating, mysterious. When out of balance, sneaky and destructive, to bring into balance honesty. I think this applies more to the rest of us than it applies to Kimberly and Gravy, because I feel like they are very honest with each other, and I think Kimberly is such a giver. Really just a great energy about her from Gravy. But really the, bringing things to the surface and surfacing things that can, hamper us or hold us back or make us not feel well. Kimberly is working on that with Gravy and making sure he gets the best care. So there is a message for all of us and also for Kimberly and Gravy in that. And I think she's well on the path. So yeah, no hidden meaning there. That's fantastic. So that is our reading for today. I just definitely wanted to touch on how wonderful it was to do this reading for both Gravy and Kimberly. And to remind everyone, if you have an animal partner that you'd like for me to read, you can reach out to me at bbeings411@gmail.com. The instructions for how to submit a request for a reading are in the description for this video, so you can look at that and send me an email. I wish you all the best of the rest of the day. Thank you very much.